Muslims are terrorists. Whoever comes out, someone who is particularly the non-Muslims, they always come out by saying Muslims are terrorists, and therefore Muslims are those who created ISIS, Muslims are those who created Al-Qaeda, Muslims are those who created this, who created that. They are doing all this in order to paint Islam and Muslims black, and also to degrade the reputation of Islam. But inshallah, now the truth has been made known. And then today, as you are watching this video, you are going to know the truth. And then whoever knows the truth and works with it, inshallah, the truth is going to set that person free. Let me tell you something. Islam is not a man-made religion. Islam came straight away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the prophets and the messengers sent by Allah, they came as Muslims. So you can kill thousands and millions of Muslims, but you cannot kill Islam. We know recently people came out by saying the creation of ISIS came from the root of Islam. But today, inshallah, I want to tell you those who created ISIS. ISIS was not created by Muslims. And then besides also, ISIS was not an Islamic organization. Let us know, because in the Quran, Allah said in the Quran that all mankind, we created you from a single parent and made you into nations and tribes, that you may know one another and love one another. But Allah did not say we may know and kill one another. So all the killing in these Arabian countries and other things, the perpetrators are not Muslims. And then besides also, Donald Trump, he came out with a video saying it was Obama who created ISIS.
ISIS is honoring President Obama. He is the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS. Okay? He's the founder. He founded ISIS. And I would say the co-founder would be crooked Hillary Clinton.
Yes, Obama created ISIS, said by Donald Trump in his video. So if Obama knows he was not the one who created ISIS, why didn't he come out to challenge the allegations made onto him by Donald Trump? And then besides also, Hillary Clinton also made it very clear to us in her video that the creation of Al-Qaeda, they were those who created Al-Qaeda 20 years ago.
Is the United States supporting Al-Qaeda in Syria? The answer is yes.
Fact number one, there is no question that Al-Qaeda fighters are part of the opposition forces attempting to overthrow Syria's government. Fact number two, the creation of Al-Qaeda wasn't Islamic fundamentalism. It was the CIA. The Mujahideen was created by the CIA to cause problems for the Soviets. Now, you might say that's crazy talk, right? Here's Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
To be fair, we had helped to create the problem we're now fighting. How? Because when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, we had this brilliant idea that we were going to come to Pakistan and create a force of Mujahideen, equip them with Stinger missiles and everything else to go after the Soviets inside Afghanistan. And we were successful. The Soviets left Afghanistan, and then we said, great, goodbye, leaving these trained people who were fanatical in Afghanistan and Pakistan, leaving them well armed, creating a mess, frankly, that at the time we didn't really recognize. We were just so happy to see the Soviet Union fall, and we thought, okay, fine, we're okay now. Everything's going to be so much better. Now you look back, the people we're fighting today, we were supporting in the fight against the Soviets.
So it's not a conspiracy theory, it's history. And it's history that's being repeated in Libya and now in Syria. But there is a bigger problem here, one that every American should be questioning. We're fighting Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, but we're also bombing Al-Qaeda targets in Pakistan and in Yemen. And as we do that, something occurs known as collateral damage. Hundreds of civilians in Yemen have been killed in just the first half of 2012 by U.S. airstrikes aimed at Al-Qaeda fighters.
We also have a history of kind of moving in and out of Pakistan. I mean, let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded 20 years ago. And we did it because we were locked in this struggle with the Soviet Union. They invaded Afghanistan, and we did not want to see them control Central Asia, and we went to work. And it was President Reagan, in partnership with the Congress, led by Democrats, who said, you know what, sounds like a pretty good idea. Let's deal with the ISI and the Pakistani military, and let's go recruit these mujahideen, and let's get some to come from Saudi Arabia and other places, importing their Wahhabi brand of Islam, so that we can go beat the Soviet Union. And guess what? They retreated. They lost billions of dollars, and it led to the collapse of the Soviet Union. So there's a very strong argument, which wasn't a bad investment.
So if all these people came up by saying they created ISIS, they created Al-Qaeda, why would you say Muslims did it? Obama, in the first hand, Obama was not a Muslim. And then besides too, Hillary Clinton was also not a Muslim. But why should they do all this, and in return, your people will say Muslims created it? Muslims did not create anything. And then the creation of all those terrorist groups are not to be attributed to any Muslim or any Islamic organization. Muslims are for peace because Islam means peace. So Obama created ISIS. So if this video, I'm praying that this video will go all over the world. And then if anyone says Obama was not the creator of ISIS, that person should come out and challenge the allegation made unto him by Donald Trump. So Muslims, let us know, we have the best of all religions in the world. Because of hatred, how very rapid Islam is growing, so the Westerners, they are trying to do something in order to degrade our reputation. We must know, Muslims and Islam, the creation of ISIS, did not come from Muslims and the Islam. It was Obama who created ISIS, and then Hillary Clinton also made it known to us that they created Al-Qaeda. Islam is a religion of peace, as Theresa May said in her video, that people should not think that Muslims are terrorists, but Islam is a religion of peace.
Like to call themselves the Islamic State. But I will tell you the truth. They are not Islamic, and they are not a state. This hateful ideology has nothing to do with Islam itself. And it is rejected by the overwhelming majority of Muslims in Britain and around the world. The Quran says, "O mankind, we created you from a single pair of a male and a female, and made you into nations and tribes that ye may know each other." It says, "Let there be no compulsion in religion." So let this message go out from this hall, that the extremists will never succeed in dividing us. Let the message go out that we know Islam is a religion of peace, and it has nothing to do with the ideology of our enemies. Let us stand.
And then besides, once Mr. Green in America, he also said his father was a Christian minister, and then therefore he is standing for Islam and Muslims, and then make it very known to the world that Islam is a religion of peace.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Green, for 5 minutes.
Here today in the well of the House, Mr. Speaker, to announce my solidarity for justice, my solidarity with the Muslim community for justice, because I understand what it's like to be a part of a community that is treated unjustly. I lived through segregation in the United States of America. I know what it's like to go to the back door. I know what it's like to drink from filthy colored water fountains. I know what injustice looks like. I've seen its face. I know what it smells like. I've been in waiting rooms where only blacks could sit, and they were for blacks only because there were other places for others. So I don't want to see anything like that, similar to that. Anything that's remotely similar occur to someone else. So I'm standing here today in solidarity with the Muslim community because of the injustice that's being perpetrated against Islam. I am a Christian. My grandfather was a Christian minister. But I stand here to support Islam today, one of the great religions of the world. And I do this, Mr. Speaker, because to demean Islam by adding the word terrorist with it is an injustice to the religion. Islam is a peaceful religion. No religion condones the taking of innocent lives intentionally. Let me repeat this. No religion condones taking the innocence of the lives of innocent persons intentionally. This is why I'm here, because I want to make it clear that Islam does not condone this. We should not be talking about Islamic terrorists. Why not call them what they are? People who commit dastardly deeds, and if you do it in the name of a religion, that doesn't make what you do a part of the religion. And people ought not be found guilty by their affiliation with a religion. What these people are doing is evil, and we ought to call it such. It is not Islam, and we ought not, as a result, decide that we're going to bar all members of the Islamic faith from this country. That would be wrong, Mr. Speaker. To even consider doing it is something that I find repugnant. And we ought not do this to a great religion. I stand for justice, and I stand for justice for the Islamic faith.
I'm pleading with you all, whoever gets this video, make so sure you spread it. And then, after spreading it, those who are going to get and watch this video, they will know that Islam is a religion of peace. And then Muslims also, we are not as violent as people used to say. Thank you really very much. There is your brother Jafar Mohammed from Accra, Nima. You can call or WhatsApp me on 0244-826-301. I repeat the number again, 0244-826-301. or 0276-473241, 0276-473241. I also greet you with the very same special greetings of Islam, that is Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.